Storymaker here, and today we're doing our next movie, Teen Titans 2, Rise of Terra. Now enjoy this movie. The air in Raven's room is thick with a scent of dried herbs and ancient ink. It's her sanctuary, until now. A pink spark crackles in the darkness. Jinx emerges from a portal of bad luck energy. She looks around the gothic room, her eyes landing on the floating stone pedestal. Found it, the big spooky book of Please Don't Touch. She fires a pink hex blast at the pedestal, shattering Raven's protective spells. She grabs the book of spells and tucks it under her arm. The tower groans as the magical anchor of the room is removed. Whoa, my vibration sensor's just off the charts. What was that? My room. Something's wrong. Raven arrives just as the pink smoke is fading. The pedestal is empty. Robin, Starfire, Terra, and Beast Boy burst through the door a second later. Raw, you okay? We felt the whole building shake. She took it. Jinx broke in and took my book. I'm picking up a residue of bad luck energy. It's Jinx, alright, but she's already outside the tower perimeter. She can't just walk in here and take our stuff. I'll bring the whole city block down on her. Raven arrives just as the pink smoke is fading. The pedestal is empty. Robin, Starfire, Terra, and Beast Boy burst through the door a second later. No, Terra, without the book, I can't stabilize the magic she's about to release. If she opens the third chapter, she won't just be a criminal, she'll be a nightmare. Then we don't wait for her to read. We hunt her down. Later, Jinx has found a refuge in the dilapidated warehouse near the docks. The moonlight streams through the broken windows as she places Raven's large black and pink spellbook on a dusted crate. Okay, big guy, time to see what kind of luck you can have in store for me. She runs her fingers over the runs on the cover. As she touches the central seal, it glows with an ominous crimson light. Not pink. The warehouse suddenly feels cold. The wind outside stops. Okay, creepy. She flips the book open. The pages are blank, but they are glowing red. A disembodied ancient voice roars from the book, shaking the very foundation of the warehouse. Who dares break the seals? Who dares summon the demon king of Azurath? Jinx stumbles back, falling to the floor. The voice isn't coming from the pages, it's coming from the inside her head. It sounds of a demon king, raw, powerful, and hungry. Okay, easy there, demon king. I'm just trying to borrow a spell or two. You are a puppet, little girl, a trickster. A minor means I am Trigon, and you have given me the key to your world. A massive, fiery image of demon's eyes appeared in the air above the book. Jinx stares at it, realizing she is in way over her head. This isn't magic. This is a force of nature. A bus pulls into the terminal, its brakes hissing. Among the crowd of travelers, a woman steps out. She wears a simple white traveling cloak, her face pale and filled with ancient sorrow. This is Arya, Raven's mother. Walking beside her is Ralph, a rugged man into a warm leather trench coat. He carries a heavy wooden staff and watches the shadows with his eyes of a seasoned warrior. The air is changing, Ralph. The seal has been broken. I can feel him breathing in the wind. The book? Someone was foolish enough to open it. If Trigon finds the doorway, the city will be the first to burn. We have to find Rachel. She is the only one who can close the gates, but she cannot do it alone. Not this time. Raven suddenly collapsed to her knees, clutching her chest. Her eyes glow a violent jagged red, not her usual violet. Ra, what's wrong? Is it the book? It's him. He is talking to someone. I can hear him. And my mother, she's here. Garfield, she's in the city. Your mother, Aria? Why would she leave Azareth now? Because she knows what Jinx doesn't. That book isn't spellbook. It is a prison, and Jinx just unlocked the cell. The red moonlight spills into the room, making every shadow look like a claw. Raven stands up, her hands trembling as she feels the echoes of the demon king's voice vibrating through her own soul. We have to move. Now, Jinx has no idea what she's holding. We're tracking the bad luck frequency to the old docks. If she's still there, we can intercept her before she opens another chapter. Jinx will lose her wife if we don't act. She thinks she's in control, but Trigon is using her life force as a battery to power the portal. It's basically a suicide mission. If that book stays open much longer, it will consume her entirely to let him through. So, we're actually going to save the girl who just robbed us? If we don't, her soul becomes a doorway, and once that door is open, there's no closing it. Jinx will lose her wife if we don't act. She thinks she's in control, but Trigon is using her life force as a battery to power the portal. It's basically a suicide mission. If that book stays open much longer, it will consume her entirely to let him through. Meanwhile, near the bus station, Aria and Ralph are moving through the shadows. Ralph stops, his staff glowing with a protective white light, as he senses the Titan's T-ship screaming overhead. The girl is already losing her grip, Aria. I can hear the cracks in the reality from here. Then we must reach the warehouse before the Titans do. They will try to fight a monster, but this requires a mother's blood. The roof of the warehouse suddenly explodes outward in a shower of brick and pink glass. A towering silhouette raises from the wreckage. Raved in hellfire, Trigon has arrived. He stands 50 feet tall, his four eyes glowing like dying stars, his massive horns scraping the crimson sky. Whoa! Tell me that's just a really big holographic projection, please. Surprise! He's huge, like a crush an entire city with one toe, huge. I must say, I am impressed. Now that is a ruler who knows how to make an entrance. Suddenly, the red mist parts. Arya steps forward into the center of the battlefield, her white cloak fluttering in a demonic wind. Beside her, Ralph holds his glowing staff steady, ready for the impact. Arya looks up at the shadow of the demon, then turns her gaze towards Raven, who is struggling to stay conscious as her powers fluctuated. I heard you call me, Rachel. Mother, you shouldn't be here. Is my baby okay? I'm fine, but not for long. Get ready, the reunion isn't over. The Demon King doesn't care about family, he only cares about the throne. Arya, you have brought the child to her destiny. The prophecy is unnamed no longer. The ground trembles under Trigon's massive weight. The air is thick with the scent of sulfur and burning magic. Raven is on her knees, the dark energy of the book still swirling around her like a cage. Arya steps directly between her daughter and the blooming shadow of the Demon King. She looks tiny compared to him, but her spirit is unshakable. I'm not letting you take her, Trigon. I'm not letting you be with that king, Rachel. Mother, get back. He'll destroy you. You may be strong, Rachel, but you are my baby. I failed you once by letting this darkness touch your life. I won't do it again. You heard the lady, Big Red. The custody battle is over. She was never yours, Arya. She is a portal. She is the end of all things. Step aside or be ashes beneath my feet, Robin. Titans, we protect the mother. We save the daughter. You heard the man. Let's show this 50-foot dad what grounded really looks like. Commander and Starfire ignite their hands, one purple and one green, flying side by side towards Trigon's chest. Beast Boy shifts into a green Tyrannosaurus, roaring at the demon sheens, while Terra begins to pull the very stone of the docks upward to form a massive cage. The ground beneath the warehouse doesn't just break, it melts, a jagged fissure open in the concrete, glowing with an unnatural bubbling lava that flows directly from the demon's realm. Jinx is dangling by her fingertips from a piece of twisted rebar over the edge of the pit. Her pink hair is singed, and her hex powers are flickering out. Help! Someone! Anyone! I've got her. Wally reaches out, but a burst of heat from the lava forces him back. The reborn groans, beginning to bend under Jinx's weight. Hang on, Jinx, I'm coming. She was the key no longer necessary. Let the lava claim her. Save the girl. If her soul falls into the fire, the portal will never close. Go now! I've got the ground, Raven. Get the girl! Tara slams her gloves hands into the earth, forcing the cooling lava to harden the stone for just a split second, creating a path for the team to reach the edge. stone patch created by Terra holds just long enough. Jinx is pulled up from the edge of the pit, shaking and covered in soot. She looks at the massive postulating book of spells in her arms, then up at the towering shadow of Trigon. She realized that the power she stole was never meant for her. It was a curse. Here, take it. I don't want it anymore. I'd rather turn myself in. Just make it stop, Raven. Make the voice go away. Raven steps forward. She doesn't take the book with anger. She takes it with a heavy, understanding sigh. But then, instead of a lecture or an arrest, Raven hugs her. The dark energy around them softens for a split second. What? What are you doing? I'm the bad guy, remember? You're a victim of a king who doesn't care about bad or good. You're safe now. The book is returned, but the portal is open. Your sentiment is weakness, child. The book is back in the right hands. Now, Titans, give them some space. We're sending this four-eye freak back to the basement. Together, Rachel, use the book to ground him. I'll use the light of Azareth to seal the gate. As Trigon reaches out a massive flaming claw to reclaim the book, Raven stands at the center of the seal. She is no longer fighting her own shadow. Arya places her hands on Raven's shoulders, and Ralph raises his staff, funneling all his white energy into them. Azarath, Medron, Zenphos! A pillar of pure, blinding light erupts from the book. The dark, navy blue cloak Raven has worn for years begins to dissolve, replaced by a shimmering, snow-white cloak and hood. Her eyes, once red and violet, now glow with a brilliant, steady white light. Whoa, check out the new look. Raven's gone white. She looks like an angel that's about to kick a demon's butt. White Raven floats above the lava pit. She opens the book, and the white light pours out like a flood, pushing Trigon back into the fiery depths. No! This white is the blood of Azarath. You cannot escape the darkness forever. The darkness is just a shadow, Father, and I am the light. The lava pit snaps shut. The red moon fades back to a soft, natural silver. The dogs are silent once more. The sun rises on a new day. Raven stands on the roof, still wearing her white cloak. Arya and Ralph stand with her. Jinx walks out onto the roof, wearing a standard orange jumpsuit, but without handcuffs. Raven stands behind her. So white is definitely your color, Ra. Much better than a creepy goth look. Thank you, Jinx. Robin says you're on supervised probation. She's going to help us clean up the magical mess downtown. It's a start. Beast Boy, Terra, and the others join them, looking out at the city. The Teen Titans are more than a team. They are a family that survived the apocalypse. The dust from Trigon's banishment settles into the cracks of the concrete. Raven stands at the center of the crater, her white cloak glowing softly in the moonlight. She turns to face her mother, and the man who fought by her side. Ralph lowers his glowing staff. He reaches up and pulls back his hood, revealing a young man with a face that mirrors Raven's own features. Through his eyes are filled with a fierce, protective energy. Mother, who is he? How did he have the powers of Azarath? Rachel, this is Ralph, your younger brother. I hid him to keep him safe from the prophecy. I thought if I keep you apart, Trigon could never use both of you to bridge the worlds. I was wrong to keep you in the dark. I am so sorry, Rachel. I failed you by letting my baby be born into such darkness. I spent every night for years apologizing to the stars for leaving you to fight the monster alone. I won't do it again. Raven, usually so guarded and cold, finally lets go. She clings to her mother, her white energy pulsing with a sense of peace she has never felt in her life. I wasn't alone, mother. I had them. You did the most of the heavy lifting, sis. I was just the backup. But from now on, nobody touches my big sister. A brother? Whoa! This family tree just got a whole lot more complicated and a lot more powerful. I guess some people do get lucky. The white light of the battle has faded. Raven stands near the window, her cloak shifting from a brilliant white back to her original, familiar purple. She looks at her hands, feeling the balance of light and dark within her. Suddenly, the security alarms don't go off, they simply shut down. The lights in the tower dim. A heavy, familiar shadow stretches across the floor from the elevator. Batman steps out of the darkness. He looks exactly as Robin remembers, imposing, cold, and legendary. I should have known the tower's interception wouldn't hold you forever. It held for a year. Dick, that's longer than I expected. Batman walks slowly towards the center of the room, his gaze scanning the gathered team. He looks at Starfire and Blackfire, then at Terra and Wally, and finally at the white turned purple Raven. Robin, it's been an entire year. I've been watching from Gotham. I hear of an alien princess. Two, actually. I hear of Slade and a girl named Terra who can control the earth. And now a demon king. We handle it, Bruce. Without the cave, without you. I know you did. You didn't just build a team. You built a fortress. And you saved a city that Gotham couldn't reach. The world is getting more dangerous. Slade is still out there. Trigon is just the beginning. But seeing this, I'm not as worried about the future as I was a year ago. Is he? Is he actually being nice? Quick, take a picture. Keep the city safe, Titans. And Dick, Gotham will always be there, but you'll belong here. The room is no longer cold, dark sanctuary or of isolation. For the first time, the door is wide open. Raven, back in her familiar purple cloak, stands by her bookshelf. Ralph, her younger brother, stands in the doorway, looking around the floating candles and ancient scrolls with wide, curious eyes. It's not as scary as the others think it is. You can come in, Ralph. Whoa, it's quiet in here. It feels like home. I spent so long afraid of being daughter of a demon king that I forgot I could just be a sister. I won't waste this moment. I once thought I was never have a real family. I was wrong. Arya stands in the doorway, watching her two children together. The weight of years of guilt seems to lift from her shoulders as she sees them finally united. I trust you, Rachel, to take care of him. I'm so proud of you. You've turned your darkness into light that protects everyone you love. We'll protect each other, Mother. The camera pulls back from the tower, showing the sea glowing brightly against the Jump City skyline. In the window of Raven's room, two silhouettes, a sister and a brother, are seen sitting together in peace. So, does this means we have to get a smaller T for the little guy? Dude, we are definitely getting him a green uniform. It's traditional. Let them have their moment, guys. They earned it. The tension in the room is high as the automatic door is wide open. Jinx stands there, her pink hair deceived and her shoulders slumped. She isn't wearing her hex glow or her confident smirk. She looks at the team, the people she nearly destroyed, with genuine regret. I don't want to be bad anymore. I'm sorry for the book, for the portal, for everything. Rose Ravager steps forward. Her silver hair catches the light. She still has the scars from her time with Slade, but her eyes are calm. She looks at Jinx, then glances over at Tara. We all make mistakes, right, Tara? Yeah, some of us almost buried the city. Others almost sold it to the mercenary. If we didn't get the second chances, this tower would be pretty empty. You made the choice to give the book back. That's what counts. And hey, if you're staying, you gotta try the redemption waffles. They're like regular waffles, but with extra chocolate chips to drown out the guilt. Welcome to the team, Jinx. Don't make us regret it. I think my luck is finally starting to change. Now that's the end of this movie. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.